Just wondering how many times a day you can actually say the F word. I probably said it 1,000 times the last 15 minutes. Honestly. The last job on the hull is to repair these. I have got a fabulous day ahead. I've got to grind the edges off the entire mould here to back to the mould edge, so all the leftover glass. So I've got a diamond wheel on my grinder which is going to trim the 6 or 7 millimeters of solid glass. So you can see here all these edges of all the flanges, all the bit that's not encased in resin has to be cut back to the mould edge and completed. So yeah, snowstorm. I'm going to cook up a shitstorm of snow here today, and better suit up, better mask up, because it's going to get ugly. So you can imagine what fun it's going to be cutting off about 150 feet of this stuff. I'm not sure I'm going to get it all done. What the focus of the idea is, I've got to move these purlins back about 2 feet and repair the last 4 sites just to get the job complete. You can see along my edges here, it's got to be cut back around about 3 or 4 inches, and the only job for that is a diamond wheel. Absolutely no fun. Not at all, mate. Look at the sweat coming out of my mask, man. Oh, unbelievable. Yuck. Plug the bastard in, mate. Just wondering how many times a day you can actually say the F word. I probably said it 1,000 times the last 15 minutes. Honestly. Far out. Now, it would have been pretty easy to just let the camera roll and show you all the unedited footage, but to be honest, I think I've got about 50 gig of unedited footage of this particular process. Being wedged in between the tent side, that foam curtain that I've got draped down there, and the mould and hull side was probably about the most unpleasant experience of this build to date yet. And I've had some pretty unpleasant times while I've been building this boat, but honestly, the frustration and the level of angst that was building right about this point was beyond measure, and I was just glad to get the friggin' thing over and done with. The result was just fantastic, though. What actually arrived at the end was a very neat finish, and funnily enough, I got a little bit of separation of the hull and the mould at the same time by releasing that final edge. I was very, very careful not to cut into the mould. The one thing that I did before doing all of this is I wetted down the ground around the mould, and that actually seemed to attract a lot of the dust straight down. Didn't stop me itching though. I went home and broke into my wife's pantyhose drawer and basically scrubbed myself stupid for 2 days after this, because it was probably about the itchiest you could ever get. But it's done now, and there was a certain level of defeat and pleasure at the same time, so it's quite an odd feeling. Righto, so last job on the hull is to repair these. There's 4 of them. There's one here, one back there, and another one on each side. So this here is a pretty simple matter. You just put a bit of plastic in and sand this back, get it all prepared, and just simply lay up over the top of it, because the gel coat comes up to here. Interestingly enough is that we're able to get a bit of a sneak peek of the hull side here, and it's pretty exciting because you can actually see down inside. So you can see here, if I pull it apart, I'm getting separation here, and that down there is my hull side. It's actually a good sign, because I've now ground this back. You can see the top of the mould here. That's actually the boat lifting away from the mould. You can see it's demoulded, pretty much demoulded all the way along. And you can see here, if I just pull back on it, I can get a little bit of movement. I'm just trying to get my fingers in here to get a bit of a gawk. I can see it. It looks pretty good. It's a bit hard for you guys to see. You're just going to have to wait. This area here has to be glassed over, obviously, to complete the flange. It's not really critical that it's good cosmetic, because the gel coat's right up to here, but I do need to be aware that if I lay up on there, it's a good chance it's going to stick on there. I don't want that to happen, so I'm simply going to put some packing tape here and then trim it, and that should do the job. Look, honestly, to wax this up, I could end up with a whole world of other problems, so that's what I'm going to do. You can see here where I've done this repair with this purlins fitting, so it's sort of tacky now, so I can pull off this peel ply and reveal the repair that I've done. So you can see that was actually the mould there, that I can see where the purlin's been sat here. So what I can do now is, because that's done, I can now undo these clamps and remove that, and then I'll be able to do the repair up on these other ones here. So I've got to remove those. There's 4 of those, there's 2 on each side. It's nice and solid now. I can undo this clamp. Lost my bit of wood. So what I'll do tomorrow is I'm going to come back, sand this, and just complete this patch here. Done. So I brought my daughter Ellen up. She's dying to rip some peel ply off. It's a bit of a joy ripping peel ply off. But anyway, here she goes. Hang on a sec. Look at this. Nice, what a great feeling that is, isn't it? Hey? It's not that easy, is it? Hey? Yeah. We've got Ellen's boyfriend here as well. He's going to have a go too, Zach. Awesome. Something very strangely satisfying about doing that, isn't it? Yeah. How good's the finish?
Smooth that baby.
Perfect, isn't it? That's it. No, go in the bin. Righto. Unfortunately, it's not reusable. Yeah. It's a consumable that you just gotta suck it up, and there's like 20 bucks worth of peel ply there. Probably 30. Do you like my new suit, Zach?
I love it.
It's not very slimming, is it?
It's charming.
The front's not very slimming, but the back here. You like the skull and crossbones?
Love it.
The Vilbless. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. Good thing is it's got plenty of room.
Dad, you look like you had an electric shock.
Yeah, I know. I didn't brush my hair, but it is windy as mongrel outside today, so that's why my hair's up. It is static on the mower. It's the 15th of August, 2018. Essentially a year and a week ago, I began the gel coating of this boat. And today I can announce that I've actually finished it. I thought I'd finished it 2 weeks ago, but there was tiny little sections like here on the back of the part and some of the where the purlins joined, and just a couple of delays. And ultimately, to get this thing right, I've spent another month on top of what I probably thought I'd finished to get it exactly right. And a lady came up. Friends of ours came up and stood there at the back step today, and she goes, "It doesn't look like you've done anything for 8 months." And I just hit the floor. I thought, holy shit, I have invested some serious bloody time and horsepower into this hull, and I think that's the problem. It doesn't look any different since about 2 days after I started laminating it. So if there's anything I'd say to people is the persistence to make a fiberglass hull, particularly when you're doing around 8 layers and 30mm foam core, is something phenomenal. I've got a little bit more peel ply to pull off, and I had Johnny film you earlier, so here's a bit of a gladly or very oddly satisfying a rendition of what happens when you finish a hull and you can rip the peel ply off and declare the bastard done. So I've saved 2 5-metre wide pieces of peel ply just for you guys, just this last minute. You'll notice there's a couple of little creases in it. Look, it got extremely difficult to put down because I was reaching sort of a metre and a half, and balancing on old legs. So here it is. This is the last couple of pieces, just for you guys. And for me. More for me than for you, but I don't really care. That's for you guys as well. So that's it. That's one of the most pleasing things a boat builder can do, is rip off peel ply. For some reason. And that's it. Never give up. Showing a bit of leg. My shorts have given up. Even my shorts have given up the ghost. I'm officially rooted. That's it. I'm rooted. It's done. See you later, guys. If you've liked this episode, click like, and there's plenty more to come. Sadly, there's plenty more to come. See you guys. Bye-bye.